Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Timmons, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Bessent, thank you for being here with us today. You are respected by the President, his economic team, leaders on Wall Street, and the broader international financial community. Your steady leadership is appreciated on both sides of the aisle. And after an abysmal 4 years, it is encouraging to see thoughtful and serious leadership guiding this discussion once again. And I would like to add a personal note. Both of us proudly call South Carolina home, and my family, like yours, also came to Charleston in the 1600s. I know you understand the economic landscape of South Carolina deeply, and that perspective is invaluable in the position that you hold. Let me start with a question about the textile industry. South Carolina, and especially my district in the upstate, has a long history in textiles. For over 100 years, it was more than just an economic sector. It was part of the cultural and social fabric in our communities. But there was a drastic shift in the 70s and the 80s. Well-intentioned regulations from Washington related to labor and the environment made the U.S. economy no longer competitive. And while I agree with the policies that we should not dump dyes and chemicals into the rivers, and we should not have 120 degrees in factories, and people should only work 40 hours a week, we need to focus on being competitive. And those regulations, all they did was push all of our textile jobs to China, or most of our textile jobs to China. China took advantage of it, and they incentivized and subsidized textile manufacturing, capturing an enormous amount of the market share. Hundreds of thousands of jobs were lost in the South. Recently, you made a comment suggesting we do not need to bring the booming textile industry that once defined the region where we both grew up back. And that statement stirred some concern from some of the textile companies that survived in the district. And I agree with your broader point. That we should not return to producing low-quality goods just for the sake of manufacturing in the United States. I do want to ask, do you agree that we should prioritize support for the American textile industry that are still here, and particularly leaders that are in innovation and high-tech manufacturing and people that are producing Berry Amendment products for our warfighters?
Congressman, what I mean and meant was the survivors in this industry, they have done it through innovation, and they will continue to innovate, and they are high-end textile manufacturers. I remember going to China in the 1990s and 2000s and seeing everything that had been outsourced there in the textile industry. Sock City, they would have Sock City, Underwear City, and those are the jobs you and I grew up with many people, our family, friends involved with. And I think that we, through good tariff policy, we can make sure that these existing businesses can grow and thrive, especially in the high end. And again, anyone who has survived has done it through innovation, hard work.
And that's what I told them. I told them that we still support them, and we are going to make sure that they continue to thrive.
Sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to turn to the automotive industry, and specifically BMW, which operates its largest plant in the world in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That facility, which opened in 1994, has helped make our state the top auto exporter in the U.S. It employs either directly or through a nearby supply network, indirectly, almost 80,000 of my constituents, almost 1 in 10 of them. And foreign automakers like BMW are continuing to invest heavily in U.S. manufacturing. Incredibly, they have invested an additional $4 billion in the last 3 years, and that investment has real lasting benefits for American workers, exports, and innovation. It is President Trump's promise to the American people to renew the U.S. economy's competitiveness in the global economy, and this is an effort long overdue. My question is this: as President Trump renegotiates our trade relationships with the world, is it fair to say that BMW, the type of investment that BMW has made, a generational investment, is what we're hoping to incentivize?
Yes, Congressman. And I regularly see at the Port of Charleston, the BMW X Series sitting there for export. And I think that the President recently met with the heads of the 3 German auto companies and is working toward a solution for more American content and more made in the U.S. rather than just as assemblers. So it would be more jobs in your district.
And that message was heard loud and clear, and they're going to continue to invest. They've been a very good partner, and I'm just excited because interest rates coming down, energy costs going down, regulatory relief, a more fair trade deal, we are going to be the best place to start to grow, to build a business. And I appreciate your leadership in that regard. Thank you, sir. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman who's the vice ranking member of the full committee, Mr. Cass.